Hello, welcome to another 5-minute drawing lesson. I thought this week I'd have a look at a common mistake I see people make when they're starting to draw in perspective. This picture's actually got two big mistakes with it. The first one is to do with the perspective grid itself. So if I hide the car for a moment, you can see this is a 1-point perspective drawing. There's the vanishing point. This front face here is unaffected by vanishing points. We've got parallel horizontals and verticals. And the problem with that is that by doing a 1-point perspective drawing, you're saying I'm directly facing the object or directly looking at the side of the object, in which case the vanishing point should be somewhere within that object. So this point should be somewhere in this box. By having it off to the side, you're saying you're standing to the side of the object, in which case this front face here should be tapering off to another vanishing point. It should be a 2-point perspective drawing at least. So we'll have a look at the car in there, and we'll have a look at a fixed version. So here I've added a second vanishing point, and I've let that face taper off to it. I think you can agree that's much less distorted in this side here, where it's very far from the vanishing point. So there's our first fix. So now we can concentrate on the next part, and that next one is more of it's something that is a trick of our minds as we're drawing. Our brain tells us that the car has a pointy nose and then a wheel and then a door and then another wheel and then a boot sticking out the back, and we need to fit that all in. Whereas in truth, we can only see, it's very compressed and we can only see some of that stuff. So I've done another fixed version here where I've shrunk the door down and brought the wheel forward, the rear wheel, and scaled it down so it's more of a thinner slice. And notice also I've got rid of the boot completely because the ends of the car typically taper, and because of the tapering behind the widest part there of the wheel, you just don't see it, so that it just vanishes. So again, I think that's looking a lot better. It's important to remember that the horizon is typically about 3 miles away, so our previous car was getting quite far off down the road to the horizon there. It was definitely at least twice as big as it should have been. So here's our shorter one. I'll do a quick demonstration to show how to draw a box behind this car as if there was another car parked behind it, so we could work out just how big the next car would be down the road. So we can do that by extending this box, by reproducing it in perspective. So we do that by looking at the top and bottom of this vertical corner, finding the halfway point, taking it to the vanishing point, taking a line from that corner there through where it crosses the back vertical till where it hits the line going off to the vanishing point at the top. That comes down as a vertical, and now we've got another box there which an identical car behind this one should fit in, and I've made one of those. There it is. There's the next one. So if I hide the front, there's the next car behind. And you see just how compressed that side view is. You can continue that. If I hide that rear car, you can continue that process, drawing from the corner through where it crosses the halfway point up to the top, taking a vertical. You see how much smaller it's got by that one. And then the next one's even smaller still, and it will continue till it's just the width of a pen stroke, and it does that quite quickly. So it's surprising just how compressed things are as they get away from you a bit. So 2 things to look out for. One is, if you're doing a 1-point perspective drawing, make sure you haven't got a stray vanishing point that's far away from your front face, and if you're drawing something that's foreshortened, if you're looking down a compressed length of something, make sure that if you're drawing from life, you carefully measure something, like compare the front to the side, so you've got a measurement, or just make sure your brain isn't trying to tell you to squeeze too much in. Hope you found that useful, and see you for another one soon.